Ooh,
three,
yeah.
And then it just seemed like Auburn had it from there.
Yeah, really frustrating. Credit those guys. They just they finished offensively and defensively. They made timely shots really throughout the game, but especially in that run, transition offense and offensive rebounding, I thought were the two biggest keys there. We were just a little bit slower to the ball down the stretch, and before you know it, it goes from 3 to a pretty sizable lead very quickly. You know, they blocked 5, but we had only 6 turnovers. Did some good things. They scored 97 at home. I mean, it's not a good recipe for success. And we had some miscues, but there was also some possessions I thought that where you just saw, you know, good offense beats pretty good defense every time, right? With you know, a couple of broom shots, a couple of late clock shots. Holloway hit a couple that stuck out. I thought Cheney Johnson played really well, made some timely plays as well. They executed well. But the back-to-back offensive rebound putbacks and transition defensive deficiency by us during that run, I think those were the differences in the game.
What would you say about your guys, just interviewing you guys, they seem like they held their poise. I mean, that was, you know, with the Auburn fans kind of taking over the arena late. Is that got to be one of the hardest? I mean, you're a former player yourself. That seems like that would be one of the hardest things for a player to go through, to stay poised in a moment like that.
I don't think that had much to do with the game, though. If that bothers our guys, then it should. Then we should play better, right? I mean, we should guard better. We should be better in transition defense. No, the Auburn fans had reason to cheer. So.
Would an NIT trip be a step forward for the program? And I know your focus is winning more games in the regular season, getting the NCAAs, but
Yeah, I'm just not focused on the postseason. I'm focused on LSU, really breaking this film down as quickly as possible to take 3 or 4 bullets that we can take that might help us Tuesday night, give us a better chance. LSU's playing as well as they've played all season. You know, we don't have as many wins as we'd like. We're a more competitive, better basketball team, obviously, than we were early and than we were last year. You know, so we're building. We're better. We want results, though, right? And we've got to get better.
did you get a chance to visit with Asa, and would you like to have had him on the court tonight?
I let us speak on that.
He's a signing, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm also fried after that game. I'm never mind over asking that question to mobs or to Flip if Flip's around. Yeah, it was nice to see him. Just visit him with him really briefly, and we had some other guys in as well. It was a great environment, you know, for recruits to be here and experience. Quick visit before I addressed our team.
What does it say about, I mean, everything you said about the team's improvement is true and how hard they're playing and poised, but just how good the SEC is. I mean, it just seems like you're running into one great team after, you know,
Yeah.
they'll decide one great team after another.
It's been an incredible, 5 weeks? Seems like just about every game we've played an NCAA tournament team. I want to say South Carolina at home, maybe we were favored, maybe we weren't by a point, maybe they were favored. And there are a lot of games where you're a significant dog, you know, an underdog against really, really good competition. It's a great league to be in right now. We obviously are more competitive. We want to be even more competitive. We want to get in the upper half of this league. We plan on being there. But there are so many teams in this league, first off, that are going to make the tournament. And there are more than a couple. There are a few that, like Auburn, that have a realistic shot of making a deep run.
Those big picture goals there, you know, wanting to get to that kind of upper echelon in this league, what do you consider, you know, a success? What are the goals for the remainder of the rest of the season?
Have a great film session and practice tomorrow. that's it. If we do that, it'll give us a better chance of doing the same on Monday night in Baton Rouge, and go down there. And I talk to our guys all the time about, it's not, if you're focused too much on the result, obviously sometimes we can't handle that as young people, as well as just staying in the moment and getting some stops early, and getting into an offensive rhythm and valuing the basketball and following the scout report, and hopefully in Baton Rouge, midway through the second half, we got a chance to steal one on the road. So we stolen 3 on the road in league play this year, and got 1 in non-conference in the ACC, correct? So we've been pretty good. We've had times here at home when we've played really, really well, and we've had times, again, like tonight, where we just haven't finished as strongly as we would have liked. That said, I think Auburn would have beat a lot of teams in college basketball tonight.
How's Blue? Did he need stitches right now?
Yeah. He, am I allowed to say that? I already said it. Yeah, so he sorry, Mobs, ask for forgiveness, right? He left, got stitches. I mean, he had a pretty significant cut there on his face, and it wasn't too long where Turbo runs up and says he's good, he's stitched up, and I said, he can play. But he showed a lot of toughness there, as a true freshman, and played some quality minutes, and yeah, proud of his effort, of course.
Coach, what are you taking away from this game going on to face it, to focus on practice and to face LSU?
I'll learn a lot more after really studying the film, but from what we watched at halftime and what we witnessed live pre-film, second half transition defense hurt us. Defensive rebounding hurt us. I know they only had 8, but they were loud, of course. Late shot clock defense hurt us. There's some things offensively that we'll key in on. These guys are very unique with their ability to pressure the ball, funnel you to the rim, and deny passes to your right and to your left, and make you make plays at the rim. LSU does to a certain extent. They're unique. They have their own style, but there's some similarities there that we'll be able to identify and learn from this film as much as possible.
I know that he has the scoring, but he only had 1 3 today. I mean, what was
Yeah.
your impressions of his offense?
Thought he played hard. Thought he played with as much confidence as anyone on our team, as he usually does. Thought Silas played really well, though, in addition. But they did a good job. I think there were some possessions you guys probably noticed where there was probably a couple more dribbles than we would have all liked to have seen. But Noah's trying to make something happen, and they're pressuring him and making him into a driver. Thought he did a really good job of drawing fouls, though. And then I should have said this on the front end. Credit Bruce and his staff with the changing defenses, and they did a really good job with zone and man and zone to man, and keeping us off balance, especially early. But a lot of the screening off of the ball, whether it was zone or man, they were doing a lot of switching, and they did a really good job on Noah. They did a really good job on all of us, but especially offensively as we struggled, obviously, to get stops.